Alright, what is up guys? Welcome back to my how-to channel. Today we're going to be learning how to make this hexagonal prism. So it's a 3D piece. It's a modular origami, so it's going to have 6 different pieces on this one. They're all going to be exactly identical. So what you're going to want to start out with is a square piece of paper, or I use copy paper. So we're going to turn it into a square. So what we're going to do, now this one, the difference between this one and what I normally do is you're not going to want to crease all the way across. I normally just pinch the end right here, but I kind of pinch it, and I'll kind of hold this piece to flip it over like this, so I can kind of line it up with that second sheet right there, because we're not really going to want to crease that middle line right there. That's just going to kind of mess up our whole entire project. It's just going to make it look terrible. So obviously you're going to want to get really good crease so you can rip this stupid little piece off. If you already have origami paper or already square paper, then you don't have to worry. Just throw that aside. Just fling it across the room, whatever. Now what we're going to do is take it either side to side or top to bottom. And we're going to want to fold it in total 4 times in half. So we're going to want to fold it in half 4 times. And as we're going, it's going to get a little thicker and smaller, so it's going to be a little bit harder to deal with. But all you got to do is have some patience and try to line it up as much as you can. So again, we're just folding it in half 4 times. So right now that's 3, and here's number 4. Number 4 is the one that's a pain in the ass. Try to make every single crease as much as you can. Now you should have this little guy. Now you're going to want to completely unfold it all the way. All the way. So it should be a square again with a bunch of lines down the middle. Now what you're going to want to do is take this first side, well either side, doesn't matter, and fold 4 times. So on these creases that we just created, we want to have that 4 times. So we got 1, we got 2, and it's going to be accordion folds basically on the first couple. We got 2, we got 3, and we got 4. And then basically it's going to be 4. So on this one, what you're going to want to do is take 2 creases. So you're going to want to take 2 of them. So there's one right here, and then this valley. There's the mountain and then the valley. You're going to want to fold on that valley fold. So it should come out to look like this. It's going to have like that flap and then this extra little piece in between. And then what you're going to want to do is basically the same thing on the other side. But you're going to do 1, 2, 3. But on this last, the difference between this one and that one is on that last fold, it's going to be a valley fold. So you think it's going to fold this way, but you want to turn that into a mountain fold. Kind of just fold it back on itself. And then go ahead and flip on this mountain fold. Now this is a mountain fold. So it's the valley fold's the first one, then the mountain fold. You're going to want to fold on the mountain fold, but you're going to want to turn it into a valley. So it kind of looks like this. So it's going to fold the same direction as you had this other one. So it's going to go ahead and look something like that. Let's go ahead and zoom in. Hopefully make it a little easier for you guys to see now. Zoomed in a little too far. So now we're at this location. I don't know why my hands look really red, but whatever. Now we're at this location. So now what we're going to do is unfold one of these. So I'm going to unfold the top one. Now, here's the part that we're going to do. This side piece is going to fold onto this fold. So the fold that we just unfolded on, that valley fold right there, we're going to want to fold this side and line it up along there to make a little triangle, just like that. And we're going to go ahead and do the same exact thing over on this side. Just like so. Just line it up the best you can. You should have something that looks kind of like that with 2 triangles on the side. Then you're just going to want to take and fold back on that, making sure those triangle folds are underneath. And this piece is almost done. Now what you're going to want to do is just flip it directly over like this. turn it to the side. So now what's going to be the problem, what you're going to want to do is this little line and this little triangle up in the top right here, this little point, you're going to want to line that point up with where these two pieces intersect. So it'll be like where they intersect right at this corner. You're just going to want to line this piece up with that corner. Trying to keep it rounded off, so if you just keep it rounded off as you go, it's going to be a lot easier to fold than if you don't. Now it can be a pain to get that piece rounded off, but you want to round it off the best you can, because if it's not completely rounded off, it's just not going to look as good. And then you want to unfold that, and you want to do the same thing with this other side. So you want to take this little point, fold it over to this, where these pieces intersect. Again, you're going to want to keep it as rounded off as you can. What I normally do is throw my finger in there and roll my finger with it as I go. And then when I get to the end, it's basically already rounded off, and I can just go ahead and make that crease. Now make sure you, what I would recommend is to get those two creases and just crease them. So basically what you should have is a piece that looks like this. And then what you're going to want to do is go ahead and get 5 more of those, and then we'll come right back and jump right in. Okay guys, so after you've made 5 of those, what you're going to want to do is put them together. Now this is the tricky part. Putting them together is the tricky part. So what you're going to want to do is first is take 2 of them. Make sure they're facing the same way, like this. These little hungry hands, like this. And you're going to want to turn this one kind of to the side like this. So you're going to want to have one to the side, and then you want to take each one of these flaps and you're going to want to put it up underneath this piece on both sides. So you'll be able to feel, because it's going to kind of go into an angle, and as you push it in, you're going to kind of feel that it's at like an angle like this. You're going to kind of feel where you're going to try to push it in and it's not going to work. You're just going to want to go around and do that for the rest. Now the last piece is a pain in the ass, because these pieces, as you're going through, these pieces tend to like to fall apart. So you got to try to figure out how to hold them and keep them together as you're going, because they tend to like to fall apart, which can be a pain in the butt, and it can get really annoying. Like that first one almost just fell out right there. The computer's making noises over there. But you're just going to want to go around. Now the last one is a pain. Now what I normally do on the last one is I try to hold it up against my body, just because it helps it stay in there better, and pretty much every single one of these pieces just fell out. But like I said, yeah, it can be a pain. But once you actually get them all in there, it's actually really cool looking, and I really like it, you know. Use as a decoration of some sort or whatever you want, you know. But it's just, you just gotta get all the pieces to cooperate, and they really don't like to cooperate. Of course, now that I'm trying to make this video, they really don't want to cooperate. Now obviously you could go ahead and like tape them together or glue them together if you want, but I don't. I want to be able to take them apart. It's just a little harder. If you tape them or glue them, then you just put one in there and tape it, and it's good. It's not going to fall out. But you don't, and they do fall out. And it's a pain, because really the only way to get them to stay in place, the easiest way without having to keep fixing them, really the best way is just to glue them. But we're doing origami and we're not going to do that. Hey, of course, now that I'm trying to do the video though, they're really not wanting to stay in place. I'm just trying to get to the last one for you guys. So I think I'll come back when I get to the last one. Alright, we're back guys, and we're on the last piece. Hopefully this one will go in. So what I normally do is try to just push it in the middle to line it up with that other one kind of. And then I'll try to push these in the slots. Now, the easier way to do this, I normally hold the rest of this up against my body while I'm doing this. I'll just push it up against my body. It's kind of hard to do that when I'm trying to record, because then you can't see me doing it. But this last one is normally a pain in the butt to get in. But once you get it in and get it all set up, it looks something like that, and it's pretty cool. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope this helped, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye bye.